Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to Brewing with Magic. Well, I think Standard would be a lot more fun without Alan's Epiphany in it, so I don't really play the card that often. But this deck is way too strong, and it wouldn't be fair to you, the Brew Crew, if I didn't feature this deck. So let's go ahead and do it nice and early in the season so that you can climb the ladder really fast and very consistently. But before we get into that, if you'll do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, it's completely free, super fast, but it means the world to me over here. Also, if you'll do me a favor and hit that notification bell, as well as leave a comment and thumbs up. In fact, you know what? Let's do something different. I don't like Alan's Epiphany. I want it banned. So if you like Alan's Epiphany, give this video a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down and leave a comment down below letting me know why you did or didn't like it. Remember, doing both of those things gives us more points. And I kind of want to see where you, the community that watches our channel, is at on Alan's Epiphany. Am I out of my mind? Is it perfectly fine? Or do you think it would open up a much bigger game space if we didn't have it? Okay, that's enough of me yapping. Let's get into the deck today. Like I said, we're playing Izzet turns. First, I'm going to start off like I normally do with our removal, or in this case, disruption package. We have 4 Fading Hopes. In the meta right now, this card is absolutely super strong because of the fact that it's either tempo and bounce is something they just did, plus you usually get the scry, but there's so many token creatures running around right now that it's just a 1 blue straight up removal card. I love it. Then we're running 3 copies of Dragon's Fire. We're running 4 copies of Divide by Zero, which is going to get us into our sideboard, which is 2 Environmental Sciences, 3 Teaching of the Archaics, and 2 Mascot Exhibitions. Then we also, in the removal package, have 2 copies of Prismari Command. Excellent card. We can either cycle through our deck by drawing 2, discarding 2, doing 2 damage to any target to finish out a game or kill a small creature. We're getting rid of Ezekiel's Chariots and stuff like that with it, or we're ramping with the treasure token. It does everything. Next, we're going to go into our draw package. We have 4 copies of Expressive Iteration. Super strong. Remember, don't throw this on turn 2. Always turn 3 or later, because a lot of cases, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be grabbing a card you want for your hand, ditching a card you don't need, and then playing a land into play on turn 3. That's how I like to play it, early game at least. Then we also have 3 copies of Memory Deluge, in my opinion the best draw card in the game at the moment, and 1 Unexpected Windfall. I'm sure you've seen it before, but it doesn't get played a lot. 2 red, 2 colorless for an instant. As an additional cost to cast this spell, discard a card, draw 2 cards, and create 2 treasure tokens. So it not only does it help you get through your deck a little, get rid of a card you don't want, and get 2 new fresh cards, but it helps ramp you a turn. And if you don't need to use those treasure tokens on the next turn, and you can get a gold span out, you have a lot of value now. If you have an Alan's Epiphany and a Foretell, plus you've done this, you throw a dragon down, you swing with it, even if you're tapped out, those 2 treasures and the one you created, Alan's Epiphany, back at it. It's pretty neat card. Next, let's get into some of our creatures. We have 3 Smoldering Eggs, way too strong and a great blocker early game. You really want this in a deck like this. 2 copies of the new Mana Form Hellkite. This card is way strong. Opponents are going to try to kill it immediately. It is such a good card to have before a Goldspan Dragon, because it's either going to stick and just destroy your opponent, or it's just removal fodder all day long. It's 2 red, 2 colors for a creature dragon. It's a 4/4 with flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX red dragon illusion creature token with flying and haste, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Exile that token at the beginning of the next end step. So you already see what happens if you have this on board. You cast an Alan's Epiphany. It's just lights out. Then we have 4 copies of Goldspan Dragon. To finish off our creatures, we have 2 of the new Hullbreaker Horror. We did showcase this in our last video, but I'm going to read it again because it is still really new. 2 blue, 5 colors for a 7/8 with flash. This spell can't be countered. Already an amazing card. Then, whenever you cast a spell, any spell, even a creature, choose up to 1. Return target spell you don't control to its owner's hand, or return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So it's either a bounce spell, or it's a Divide by Zero. It's a really good card. I think it's going to see a lot of play in the meta. And then to finish out the non-lands in the deck, we have 4 copies of Alan's Epiphany. Can't be an Izzet turns deck without that, so there they are. Shame on me for playing them, I know. I'm just kidding. And then our land base. We have 2 Hall of the Storm Giants for the same reason we do with any creature lands in our deck. It's to get around board wipes as well as a mana sink for us late game. A 7/7 with Ward 3 is pretty powerful. We have 7 islands, 7 mountains, 4 of the pathways, and 4 of the new slow lands. So that is the deck. It is a grindier deck. You're not going to win a whole lot of games super fast. Not to say that you can't. It is a grindy game, so make sure you're putting in your time. You got to learn the lines with this deck. It looks like it's a super strong deck, but it's not always the easiest to run. You're going to get a lot of wins from opponents, whether you're on the play or the ladder. It's been happening to a few of us over here. You're going to get games where your opponent is going to see what you're playing, and they will just quit. Or you'll get a few turns and they realize they have no hope at all and they're just going to quit. Other opponents you're going to grind out and pull wins out of nowhere. So definitely stick around till the end for the summary, as well as what I think you should and shouldn't be crafting. And without further ado, let's go ahead now and get into some gameplay. The Law. Well, I fought the Law. We'll see if the Law wins. We have 3 lands, Hall of Storm Giants, Island, and a Pathway. We have Fading Hope, Divide by 0, Prismari Command, Memory Deluge. Let's keep it. Obviously, we're going to lead with this here. Hall of the Storm Giants. Probably go into another Hall of Storm Giants. And this is obviously our red, the Pathway. Ranger class coming down. We're just going to fade that immediately. Fading Hope. Nice removal. Expressive Iteration. Let's keep that in our hand for later. Let's still put this out on blue this turn, because we wouldn't be playing this turn anyways. So... whenever 1 or more creatures die, draw a card. So this goes out on red. I don't want a memory or expressive iteration this turn. I have land. You know, we have land still and everything else, so we're just kind of seeing what we need to do or don't want to do. We're going to go ahead and pass, holding up the command and or the divide by 0. We can't command the 1/3, so probably going to go for a little bit of tempo here. I'm going to take the 1. What do? You may look at the top card of your library anytime. Let's just, like I said, let's go a little tempo. Use our mana. Let's get that environment. How many cards in their hand? Not enough. Let's get environmental sciences. Expressive iteration again, huh? So... I guess we set up our next turns. So we'll do that. Let's put the Dragonfire into our hand. We don't need another expressive iteration. We'll play this land on red. And then we hold up the Dragon's Fire. Yeah, that's the play. So they can look at the top card of their library. They may play lands from the top of their library at any time. Covenant, as long as you control 3 or more creatures. So I think the play here is kill this now, so they stop getting... Well, they're going to get to draw the card from that anyways, right? So I kill this now, and then bounce that next turn. Yeah, because they're just going to keep drawing cards. I just want to get rid of the one time. Oh, and it doesn't count from its 1 or more other new cards. I love them. That's not even new. That's from last set. Cards I hadn't seen before. I love them. They're going to go ahead and plump that up. Nice. Let's throw out the dual land. And I think the play here is to environmental science and then hold up divide by 0. So we have plenty of red. Let's grab another blue, put it in our hand, gain life back, and then we just end the turn. I mean, I guess we're also holding up Prismari Command, but what I mean to say is we can bounce this right here. Let them go to attack phase first. Another land for the Law. If they pump this, maybe I bounce that. Nah, I'd probably bounce this, I think. So we'll go next. Let them put the token on there. So let's just go ahead and get it out like we were planning on. They have not enough cards in their hand for us to really use this. We are getting close to that, so I guess we're grabbing the mascot I don't need to gain more life, and I have plenty of land. Uh-oh. Well, I can gain life right now. That's about it. They know we have this island, so let's get that out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands. So we're going to Memory Deluge at the end of their turn. End the turn. Or Memory Deluge in response to them doing something. Maybe we'll find a card we want. So let's go ahead and just Memory Deluge now. Let's see. I want the Gold Span and the Smoldering Egg. They're going to gain 3 life, or do they want more mana? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. We got to get the Smoldering Egg out so that when we mascot, it becomes flipped. Yeah, that's going to have to be the play. So, we'll throw out a land on blue. We're definitely throwing out the Goldspan Dragon. Okay. And then we're going to attack with it. Get in with it. This is really going to hurt. All your creatures get +1/+1, so next turn, I mean, they're going to hit for a lot, most likely. So we'll hit them for 4. I think I'd take the hit this turn so I can get this online. I know I could Prismari Command and kill this right now. Maybe it's too good. I think it is. I think the egg has to wait. I think we have to do 2 damage to any target and destroy an artifact. We got to shoot one of these, and we got to destroy that. It just kind of has to happen, I think. Next turn we'll do Memory Deluge. Or Smoldering, I'm sorry, Memory Deluge. We're going to do Smoldering Egg and Expressive Iteration, stuff like that. We're still going to take a bunch here. Maybe that wasn't the right play this turn. Binding. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I did not see that coming. Yep. I expected that. Yep. Okay. Yep. That hurt. Fading Hope is huge. We're going to throw the Smoldering Egg. We're going to throw an Expressive Iteration. Okay, interesting. The Field of Ruin. We'll replace it with a blue. Huh. Ooh, 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 ooh. I kind of want both. But I can't grab both. View battlefield. I really need the divide by 0. Unfortunately, we're going to have to put the kite away. Grab the land. I could have cast the kite this... Yeah, I need to be able to protect our live, and we're going to be powering this up soon. So that's just the turn there. We're going to end the turn. Ooh, I wanted that Hellkite. Yeah. That was a hard one to pass on. Prosperous Keeper can come on down. Have fun with that. Doesn't really affect the board too much at the moment. Let's go ahead and divide that by 0. They can't recast it this turn. We'll grab another mascot. They're going to cast it next turn. That's fine. Oh, they're going to cast it this turn. Okay. They... Let's Fading Hope the token. Let's keep that for sure on the top. And no blocks. Here comes the binding. I thought that's what they did. There's the binding. Yep. Such a pity, too. We were so close. Aaron's Epiphany. So we'll go ahead and throw out that. I think we have to Mascot. Foretell the Epiphany. Pass the turn. Their creatures have Death Touch. I'm fine with that. I'm just trying to wipe their creatures out as best I can. They're all going to get +1/+1 this turn, most likely. Plus this. These are just blockers at the moment. We're just trying to kill their creatures. Consuming a blob. Wow. That's bad. Really bad. Extremely bad. Okay, yep. They power up the squad. Okay. Block you. Block you. Block you. I don't think there's any way to block any differently and keep any of my creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 3 blocks. And then they get another 5, 6, I believe. They don't have tramp. Oh, they do. Oh, they will because of that. So we throw out this. Let's Expressive Iteration. Let's put the Goldspan into our hand. Let's ditch the land. We'll play the Hours this turn. 1, 2, a 3, a 4, 5. And so I have to play it this turn. Okay. Then we're gonna Goldspan Dragon. Attack with everything. Aaron's Epiphany. Auto pay. Aaron's Epiphany. That's stupid. Hello, opponent. Okay, opponents first. We have 3 lands, 2 islands, and a storm-carved coast, a Fading Hope, Aaron's Epiphany, Hullbreaker, and a Mana Form Hellkite. We have a lot of top end, but I'm going to hold on to it. So we're against Dimir. What? Oh, Champion of the Parish. Zombie deck. Okay. So we would lead with blue, and then as soon as they cast their zombie, we'll bounce that. And then we can't Dragon's Fire yet, but... Okay, so they got the Scab. That resolves. Let's go ahead and pop the champion back to their hand. I want to keep all my land, especially when it comes into play untapped that's red. Yes, please. Just in case they're playing counter magic, we're just going to go ahead and kill the Scab now. Or is it Scarab? Scab. We have no turn 3, so we need to draw really big. Not big like that, so we'll throw out the coast, we'll put that into Foretell, and then we have the Hellkite for next turn. Yeah. Now we're going to get hit for 3. Ouch. Yep. Aaron's Epiphany again. Okay. Well, if we make it to 6... I need them to not just destroy the Hellkite. They might. At least they can only attack with the champion, and they have to first... Nah. That was their whole turn, though. What do we draw? Dragon's Fire. So we put this into a Foretell. Let's go ahead and... they might have counter magic. Let's just get rid of that now. Pass the turn back. Maybe they attack with a Hive? No. Okay. Hey, there's another land. We can almost do something. If we go runner, runner, land, land off the top, kind of fun. Hey, there we go. Let's see if they play counter magic. They exploited itself. Okay. Well. Hopefully we hit a land off the top. Okay. Yep. Oh my goodness. Here they come. Got some blockers. 2 treasure tokens doesn't do me much. Well, let's see if I can survive. Oh, see, I mean, it's like, what do I even do here? It's discard first. Oh, a card. Let's do it. Let's get rid of 1 Hull Breaker. Draw 2 cards. Fading Hope. Talking about coming out of the gate. Huge. Let's put this out on blue. We have all the red we need. Let's go ahead and put this into Foretell. And let's... we've seen that they have counter spells. Nah, I'm not using it now. In case I do something crazy. So let's pass. Okay, let's bounce the white. Okay. Dragon's Fire's on top. We have a lot of land. I think I need to keep that on top. You're gonna block here. You're gonna block here. 2 blocks. They get a 2/2, and they haven't cast anything yet. So they'll recast the white, maybe. No? Okay. So I'm gonna hold up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus these. I'm gonna hold up the Hull Breaker and the Dragon's Fire. First we cast this, and then we go into that once it's on the battlefield. Okay. Let's throw in the Hull Breaker. Cannot be countered. Auto pay. Let's get rid of both of those. Return that to their hand because it is just a removal spell now. They probably can kill the Hull Breaker, but damage has been done for us, so that's good. Okay. Jadar, nice. And a white. Nice. No destruction. They did not kill our creature. Ooh, divide by 0. So let's go ahead first. They don't have any kind of death touch. Let's go ahead and get in for 7. I don't think they can counter spell us for 1. Let's go ahead and get the birdies. Let's go ahead and bounce the Jadar. This cannot block. Right? Or is it? Can't block. Yeah. Throw out a land. Let's 7, 8, 9. So we don't win the game right here. What is our sideboard? Okay, so yeah, let's just attack with the Hull Breaker. This has Menace, I know that, and I'd have to double block it. So we're just going to end the turn. It's very, kind of a little risky here. But that's their whole turn to fire that up. Blood Chief Thirst. Let's go ahead and divide by 0 the white. And let's go ahead and counter that. Return that. They have way more cards in their hand. I would like a Teaching of Arcanics, please. Of the Archaics. Arcanus. Here they come in for 2. It has Decay. We are definitely blocking. And that's how you do it. Guy Blue. It's me and you. We go first. We have 3 lands, a Pathway, an Island, and a Stormcarved Coast. Looks great. We have Fading Hope, Divide by 0, Memory Deluge, and a Smoldering Egg. It's a good hand to keep. I'm going to lead with blue, just so we have the Fading Hope. Say they're a Goblin deck, mono white aggro, something like that. Paladin class, not a problem yet. Another one of those. Okay, let's put this out on red. I really don't feel like I need to be double fade, but let's just get the Smoldering Egg out. Let's just get it out there. Looks like they're some kind of a creature deck anyways, otherwise why would you play this? They must have top decked that, otherwise... Oh, Foretold card. Now I'm wondering if that is... if they have board wipes and they're big braining us. So we're going to throw out this, and we're going to hold up the Divide by 0 and pass the turn. We don't need to throw another Smoldering Egg right now. Oh yeah, we can't cast this. Paladin class. So, when a victim attacks or blocks, sacrificing at the end of turn. I mean, we can't do anything about it. 2 for 4/4 flying. When Dorothy the faithful victim attacks or blocks, sacrifice at the end of turn. It can disturb, enchant creature. When this creature attacks, create a 4/4 white creature token with flying that's tapped and attacking. That's not great. We're just going to Fading Hope that for some tempo, as well as power up the Smoldering Egg. Expressive Iteration is a keep, because it gets us into land. So we are going to Expressive Iteration. Powers up the egg. We'll put the... We have a Memory Deluge. Let's put an island... Or let's put the mountain in our hand. Put back the Memory Deluge. And we're going to throw this here. Island. And we end the turn holding up a Fading Hope again. Fallen Angel's the play. Fallen Angel. Where's my brain at? Usher the Fallen. That's an old Magic card. Are they really going to pass the turn here? What is happening? I think they're trying to bait out. I feel like... I don't know. Let's go ahead and... We're going to just Fading Hope this. Power up this a little more. What did that just do? Enchantment. Counter. Oh, I couldn't even tell that was... Those look white. Wow. Okay, they got me. So, I feel like this could be a board wipe. We're going to Divide by 0 this turn, or Memory Deluge, which means we need to put out this land this turn, because Memory Deluge is going to cost 5 on their turn, and we're just going to pass the turn. So we know they're playing counter magic. Gotta remember that. Okay, well, what are we doing here? Okay, so that comes out. I'm pretty sure that this is a... And that's all you really have to do to win with this deck, is just let your opponent know there's nothing they can do. Okay, Brew Crew, that is going to do it for Izzet turns. And if you want to climb the ladder, and you want to do it very consistently and pretty fast, I mean, the games can be a little longer, but you're not going to take a whole lot of losses. I think this is a version of the deck, or the deck you want to be playing. There are a lot of Izzet turns decks out there right now. Find the one that you like the most and play that one. I think this one is just as good as the rest. It just kind of depends on what you think is more fun to play, or what in the meta you're seeing at the moment. You can tweak it. So I'm actually not going to be tweaking this deck at all on video, because like I said, this is playing perfectly fine how it is, and there's a lot of different versions of this deck out there. This is just our version. I'm going to be putting it up after this, because like I said, I'm not going to keep grinding in any manner with Auron's Epiphanies. It's fine as long as it's out there. You should be playing it. I think it creates an unfun game experience, so I won't be playing it too much. so I'm gonna hang it up. But yeah, definitely let me know what you think of the card. Let's go over craftables real quick. So I think Prismari Command is an amazing card. Definitely a safe craft. Memory Deluge, super strong. Feel free to craft those, in my opinion. Smoldering Egg is amazing. Maniform Hellkite so far seems amazing. Maybe that won't be the case a little bit later in the meta, so just, in my opinion, be careful, since it is a 4/4 flyer that, unless you can protect it the same turn you throw it, it doesn't do anything the turn it comes out. It could kind of be problematic for mana investment as a lot. So just be careful when you craft that one, that it may not be meta later, but I think it is going to be. I think it's a pretty strong card. Goldspan Dragon is always amazing. Allen's Epiphany, definitely safe. Even if they ban it, you'll get your wild cards back. But if they do suspend it, that's not on me. So keep that in mind before you craft those. I think Hullbreaker Horror is going to be meta. And I think that decks that have Hullbreaker Horror in it are going to start beating Allen's Epiphany decks. If you go super control-y with Azorius or anything like that, and then this is your finisher, they can't cast Allen's Epiphany if you're counter-spelling them. Super strong card. Land is always safe to craft, in my opinion, because they can go in all kinds of decks. And then over here, 3 teachings and 2 mascots might be a lot. You're not normally going to do that. This deck just happens to like those lesson cards because it wants to get into its main board as much as possible. So 3 teachings to keep filling your hand, 2 environmental to find those lands, and then mascots just in case you need to pull the trigger and you need a whole bunch of creatures out on the board. That's why those are there. So one of these each are safe to craft. From there, maybe you mess around with your lesson learn board just so that you're not having to craft too many. But I don't think there's anything wrong with having 3 of these and 2 of these if you have the wild cards. So that is it for today's deck. I really hope you enjoyed it. Like I asked in the beginning, would you please not only leave a comment, but rate the video. If you like Allen's Epiphany, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like Allen's Epiphany, give the video a thumbs down. I kind of want to gauge where my community is at. Please hit that subscribe button. It's super free, it's super fast, but it really helps out the channel. Hit that notification bell so that you know whenever we have new content come out. And as always, until next time, have a blast in the arena.